Yay! Oh, Miss Katie, I'm so happy that you're here. And I
It's
know
such an honour.
that, you actually aren't feeling 100%, but you so totally wanted to show up today. And can I just tell you that 80% of success is showing up. Like,
That's very true.
it's 100%. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here, because as mums, when we do feel off, we can't just lie on the couch and watch Netflix.
Oh, I know.
No, it's like we still have to get on with life. And I know that when we make mindful decisions, that we know pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But we know that's how we grow. And we also know that when we do that, we feel fantastic and it fills up our cup again.
Definitely.
So I'm honouring you to be here today. It's very beautiful that you've stepped up. So thank you. And I would love for you to share your awesomeness with anyone who's listening or watching. Kate, what do you do?
So my background is in corporate training, so specifically IT system implementations and writing training content and supporting all things training and comms to do with projects. And I was really looking for a way that I could start to do my own thing, particularly coming into motherhood, as you well understand.
Yes.
I think you reevaluate everything and things change, and things that you thought once weren't possible become possible. Things that once came easy become a lot more difficult. So I think in that process you kind of, I don't know, for me I found a certain level of tenacity around seeking the more. It had always been there, but it was really activated by coming into motherhood. So I did start the journey kind of going here, there and everywhere. At one stage I was focusing my journey on supporting other mums as well. But in trying different things on, I kind of didn't, until recently, I hadn't found anything that really felt like it fit properly, and that I could work from a place of sincerity, I suppose. Really feeling like I knew what I was talking about, really clear on what I was offering, and really feeling comfortable that I was able to offer value to the people that I was serving. So that came late last year, and so what I'm currently doing is using my training background and
oh my God, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I had like a mini orgasm.
Bless you.
Talking.
Well, you know what? Bring the joy in.
Yeah, woo, I feel amazing now.
Awesome. I want what she's having. So I had this penny dropping moment when I went back to corporate work last year part-time, and I just was sitting there one day and I was thinking, oh my God, I write training content and I know how to create flow, and I know how to create slides that have balance and are succinct, minimalistic, but clear and valuable.
Yes. And
I work, I share an online space with women that want to do lots of those things. And it kind of hadn't occurred to me. And I was like, this is crazy. Why aren't I offering this? Because this is where this is what I know. This is what I'm comfortable doing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm really familiar with. And I feel really clear on being able to help. I'm focusing my audience on entrepreneurial women in the same space that we share.
Yes.
And I feel really confident that I can add value to those women. So I started originally with specifically developing slide templates, because I know a lot of people kind of weren't sure where to begin there. So I learnt Canva. I came from a PowerPoint background.
I love Canva.
Yeah.
I use Canva all the time. Yeah.
How good is it?
Yeah, it's free,
I know.
You just need to, I guess, understand the tech behind it.
Absolutely.
I just created my partner's just launched his business, Cosmic Dog. So excited for him.
That's so great.
Yeah, so he wants to do dog training. But I just did the whole thing on Canva, the logo, the cover, everything. Amazing. It took like 10 minutes.
And I think it's a whole new world for every entrepreneur out there to be able to really have an immediate platform to launch something that looks really great.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to have any training. So
yeah,
I think the thing for me, my target market is that whilst for perhaps you and I, Canva is really accessible and we understand how to use it and it's quite easy and there's lots of templates and blah, blah, blah. Not everybody has the same feeling about it. And so I think that tech or systems is a common blocker. And
oh, for sure.
Yeah, and there's different levels of support people want. And with a slide template, I think it's a really easy way to kind of overcome if you're putting together a webinar and your thing is, I've seen everybody else's gorgeous slides and I can't compete with that, so I'm going to shelve that idea and not do it.
Absolutely.
I think it's a really nice way to say, actually you can, you've got the knowledge, you know your stuff, because otherwise you wouldn't be wanting to teach and share it with the world. Let me help you overcome the roadblock, and then you can, share your gifts, which I think is super valuable.
Absolutely. And I spoke about this before with another mama, that we chatted about the intersection, and the intersection really is the pivotal point of your business. So it's bringing your skills, your gifts, and combining that literally like an intersection with your passion and your purpose. So you have this phenomenal background in, like you say, implementing these beautiful systems. And of course, women love pretty slides. We all love a pretty slide.
Absolutely.
And our branding, and it's very important to us when we're conveying a message. And we know that when I make my slides, they're very simple, but they're very powerful, because, we don't want to kind of bombard people with all this content. We want it to be really kind of beautiful. And for me, it's all about being calm, and the colors I use are all very heart chakra energy. And I think it's really important that women don't get put off by, I can't do that, so I'm just going to roadblock it. Because I'm the same. I'm not tech orientated, and I'm really happy to share. I outsource all my tech. If it's pretty and it's creative and I can get my head around it, like I do find Canva very easy, I'm happy to do it myself. But in terms of podcasting, editing and videos, all of that, I will outsource that to my beautiful man, who's quite happy to do that. So, but the intersection of your business is exactly what you found.
Yeah,
and you've done it without even, spending thousands of dollars on a business course, which is what I did. But really, it's where magic lies.
Yeah.
Magic lies where these are my absolute talents. This is what I've been doing for years, and this is my passion, and I've brought that together. And you will then, as a result, help many women. Webinars are an incredibly successful way to sell your products and programs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Demonstrating value, and I think even helping women overcome the blocks around being able to offer that is huge. Like, I've only actually run one webinar, and I got 150 signups, and I launched my online program, and it was really successful.
Yeah.
And the great thing about webinars, and I would love to do more as well, but the great thing about it is that you've got that content, and then you can put it on audio, put it on YouTube, you can put it on like all these different platforms. So the value of actually creating webinars and slides in general, like I did a presentation on Monday, I only had to create 3 slides, and I have so many presentations, but I really, that it's powerful to deliver your message in a really authentic way.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah, and I think using slides, and for me, it's specifically images.
Yeah.
So do you have any tips for beautiful women listening? What are your tips around creating beautiful slides that really are powerful, and you can share your message in a really heartfelt and authentic way?
I think that being minimalistic in your approach is super important. I use this word balance a lot, and it's hard to articulate what I mean when I say balance, but simple things like understanding where the center point of the page is, or if you have something off center, that it's, that it sits in the right space of the slide. Because if things mess with your eyes, and I'm certainly not a trained graphic designer, so I just want to call that out right there. And I haven't been trained in that area, but I feel like I have a good eye for it in having done it many times, certainly in the corporate environment. And more recently, I've probably put together about, 10 or so slide presentations for online entrepreneurs. So I think be minimalistic, less is more, balance. And by balance, I mean where things are positioned, the size of fonts in relation to the edges of the slide, how big your picture is in relation to everything else on the slide. Just be mindful of where things are placed. And feeling into whether they fit, because sometimes they don't. And it's okay sometimes to kind of scrap something or put it to the side at least, and go away, have a breather and come back. Because I think when you're creating anything, you've got to be in the right headspace. And if you're not in the right headspace and you're like pushing an idea through the eye of a needle, that really translates. And particularly when we talk about creativity, it can't be forced. You know, it's really got to come to you, and you've got to feel into it. It's got to feel natural. Otherwise, then you kind of force your way through, create the thing, and then feel like a fraud. For me, that's what happens.
Absolutely.
So I think that,
you know, just sleeping on it as well. I always will put something together if I'm creating something, and I always kind of go, I'm going to sleep on that, and then, you know, you come back with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
And something I learned as well, which I know is relevant to what you're saying, is it's all based on sort of photography, which is everything's in thirds. So when you're actually designing something like that, I learned when I was writing my book, you know, how do people read? You know, they read from left to right, and how does those words fit on the page?
Yeah.
I learned a lot in that design process because, you know, it's about understanding how people consume content. And it's completely different for many people. Some people are audio, some are visual, some have to feel to experience it. So I think there's real power in delivering a beautiful presentation. Not only does it make the person who's presenting it really confident.
Absolutely.
You know, so that they're able to step into their power and deliver that. And I think confidence is something that a lot of the mums I work with, they do lack confidence.
Yeah.
You know, they lack confidence to be able to step into that power. So when you've got something that's, you know, really beautiful and makes you feel really comfortable in your messaging, is so important. So, I think what you're doing is amazing. And I know that there's been a lot of women I've seen online who've worked with you, and they're like, oh, she's amazing. And you know, you really help them. It's so much more than just pretty sides, right? It's really all about this balance and this confidence. And the fact that, you know, outsourcing stuff like that just takes off so much pressure.
I agree.
You know, I'm all about outsourcing because it saves you time.
Yeah.
I
think for some people, if there just isn't a belief that they can put something together that they feel is going to be pretty enough, you know, that's a whole other journey to discover where that comes from and what that is. But if it means outsourcing this one thing, and to get a base like set of slides isn't going to break the budget. So I kind of think that by doing this one thing for yourself and feeling proud of how you're delivering the information, which you know the information is valuable, but you also know that as we operate, how we operate as humans, we will judge things on appearance somewhat. So by having something beautiful and delivering a beautiful message, it becomes this very powerful value proposition, I suppose, for your people.
Yeah, and you can just continually use it in many different ways. You know, you can edit it, you can just copy and paste it. I think you become quite savvy with your messaging.
Definitely.
And I've been to so many people, you know, watch so many presentations. And for me, it's literally an image and like 3 words.
Yeah.
It's really simple. Like, it's so simple. It's just a very powerful image, and then it's almost the presenters just put like a few keywords that they can talk about, and that's really all you need to do. You don't need to like do death by PowerPoint. Like, no one wants that.
Absolutely not.
And it's really just about engaging people enough for them to ask questions, and you know, but you're looking at the head nodding, and I guess you just want the engagement of people. So having powerful slides really makes a difference, and it also helps your credibility as the speaker as well.
Definitely.
You know, to be able to put any accreditations that you have or things that you've done that really help get your message out there. So I think it's really valuable work, and I'm really keen. I'm like, right, next time I'm doing a webinar, I'll be like, hey, can you help? So that's really beautiful.
There is another part to what I do as well. So the other part is that I help a similar audience to, I guess, pull the idea out of their head and create the journey for the course, or if it's like a webinar is essentially a mini course in an hour.
Yes.
You're teaching something in that time. So whatever it is that you want to, whatever the platform is that you want to provide it on, whether it's a webinar or a short course or a workshop, I help people kind of pull the idea out, get really focused on it, and create that journey at the expense of all the other crazy, beautiful ideas that they would like to come in, but that probably aren't relevant for that course or that message that they want to deliver. So that's
oh,
kind of
my little brain's going to because I really want to bring my Magnetic Mama Mastermind to life now. Like it's just been really front of mind for me, and I'm thinking, oh, hello. I've got lots of ideas brimming because look, I'm all about outsourcing. I found a wonderful lady who was very creative and very good with tech, which is an incredibly unusual combination.
Definitely.
Like creative people are not good at tech. They're just not. They're not logical. They're not.
No.
Like my partner's an engineer, so he's actually very creative and he's really good with tech. Like that's unusual.
Yeah.
And so I fully paid her to go and create me a whole website, my podcasting, and it cost $400. But I'm like, I'm not going to sit there for hours and do that. And for me, it was valuable.
Yeah,
to be
absolutely.
able to do that. And I think people don't quite understand it. Like that definitely puts people off. I don't know how to do the tech. I don't know how to do websites. I'm just not going to launch it. You know, the value is so important. So I think that's wonderful. So let's talk a little bit about your dreams. Like you found your intersection. You found something of real value. What's your vision now that you've kind of come up with this wonderful offering? Because that can take years to even find, what am I here for?
Yeah.
So what are your dreams and visions around being able to share this now?
I have a short-term vision of running in-person workshops. I think I really love that in-person connection. I love the energy in the room. I love that really tactile way of helping people to learn. So I'd like to see me bringing out some workshops before the end of the year. I don't know what that's going to look like, and I'm open to collaboration as well because I have one skill set, but I kind of think to offer maximum value, we can really provide a whole unit of support in that workshop. And it's not about I've got to be careful what I say here because when I talk about focusing on a course, I would do the same in a workshop, but I think you can provide a few different things that kind of offers a suite of information, which I think is really valuable for someone. So I'd really like to do something like that before, as soon as possible, really, like mid-year onwards, because it's really calling to me. It's really where my passion lies. And having been involved in classroom training for most of my career, I really have that connection, that people connection. And when you talk about working with heart-centered women, it's even more electric because you have people that really want to be there.
Absolutely.
Much of my corporate career has been shoving people in a classroom that don't really want to be there.
Of course, they're just looking at the clock. Totally. Everyone in corporate's just like, come on, is it 5 o'clock?
Exactly. And you can't blame them. They've got plenty of other things to do. So I get it. But,
absolutely.
But when there's a different kind of choice to be made about where you want to be, that's where I'd like to go. I kind of want to lift it up and make it bigger. But the other thing I'm simultaneously super passionate about is providing kind of micro chunks of information. I feel like the era of the mega long course is kind of, I wouldn't say coming to an end because that would be a complete lie. There's a necessity for some long courses. That would be like saying university is obsolete, which it so is not. But I do think that the prominence of there being these mega courses out there, I think we're going to see a shift because...
Absolutely. No one's got time.
No one's got time. It sets you up for failure. And if we talk about it in the context of being mums...
2 minutes. It's 2-minute videos. Literally.
Yeah, and it just creates shame. You go and spend this money, you invest in something wholeheartedly with the honest belief that you're going to do it and put the time aside, but it's bloody hard to do. And so I really want to drive the movement through the work that I do with my clients and with the offerings that I provide to start kind of offering smaller chunks. My coach mentioned this to me last night. She called it a micro course, and I love that.
Yeah.
But I think it is also really accessible, really achievable. And the other really great thing is that it's really affordable.
Yes.
But for me or whoever's providing that course, I think there's actually potential to make more money in the long run if you think about people buying multiple small courses instead of just one giant one. And if we think about our client, we want our clients to get value on return on investment. If they're coming back for more because they're feeling like they're succeeding and they're achieving, then they're likely to get to the end of a set of courses or whatever it is, if it's 4 or 8 or whatever, and really feel like they've come out on top, really feel like they've got value for their money.
Yeah.
I'm really passionate about that concept. So that's kind of something I'm playing with. I'm not sure what that looks like. I'm not sure how I'm going to offer it, but I kind of want to steer my work in that direction because I think it doesn't have to be 8 weeks. You can offer immense value in 4 hours and really
Yes,
start
absolutely.
shifting our mindset.
There's something I'd like to share with you if you are going to be doing it over modules, for example, or
Sure.
snippets of content over a period of time. So my Mindfulness for Mums online program,
Yes.
I've launched that, and I've got quite a few, 150 mums who've purchased that, or I've gifted it.
Yeah.
I've got to stop doing that, but I gift it a lot. But I can see, because it's all tracked through Udemy, which is the platform I use, how many people have, what they've completed. And it's an evergreen course, and that basically means you can go and do the content in your own time. But what's really fascinating, I've had maybe 2 mums complete it out of all those. So I can see where they're up to, and a lot of them haven't even got past 20%. And so what happens is we get really excited and we buy these courses, and life gets in the way, and we have children and everything else. And so one thing I've discovered without question is accountability.
Yeah.
You need to create support around the program, whether it's Facebook groups, whether it's email contact, whether it's live Zoom sessions. So with my Magnetic Mastermind, I shall have expert speakers. I will have all this content delivered over email, but I'll have this Facebook group. And everyone's in there, and we're doing live Zoom calls and bringing everyone together, because people just get lost.
Yeah, they do.
And they I'm teaching mindfulness and I'm teaching all these amazing concepts, but if you're not practicing it, if you're not absorbing it, there's no point buying any of it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of made me really sad when I saw the stats. And then I was like, you know what? It just makes me then want to go and launch my group program. I can message every single one of those mums and say, look, I'm creating this. Do you want to jump in? Because it keeps you accountable. And I think accountability in business and motherhood, having, biz bestie or sisterhood or support of some kind is so essential. It's so essential to growth.
Yeah, I absolutely
without
agree.
question. Having coaches, having mentors, being part of a tribe like Magnetic Mama, because we do fall off the wagon, many, many times, and we feel very overwhelmed and we're not sure where to go.
Yes.
And so I think having support is essential. So that's just something I've experienced with online courses. So I'm not going to do evergreen anymore.
Yeah.
I'm basically, all I did really was put the content of my book into an online platform, which is great.
Yeah.
But it has to be, if you're working with mums, if you're working with busy women, the accountability part is enormous.
Yeah.
Making sure that the content is consumed and therefore the value is greatly received because they're actually doing it. And the support, of course, that comes,
definitely.
and even stepping it up into, I've done many presentations and 4 hours, or, when I ran my retreats, I would do something like that. But it's then, people then disappear.
Yeah.
They go back into the world and they've had this beautiful, relaxing weekend, but then they go straight back into the chaos. So it's about keeping them in your vibe and your tribe.
Yeah. I think that's huge.
It is. It's absolutely massive. So you've got this beautiful vision, and I have no doubt that you'll get there. And I know you currently have a day job, as many mamas do.
Yeah.
And I guess your ideal vision would be to leave your day job and be doing this full time, because this is your heart-centered soul work. So what struggles do you feel at the moment are maybe not blocking you because you have a very clear vision, but the practicality of doing that?
Yeah, I think I've talked a lot about this recently, is feeling like there's a kind of a one or the other kind of choice that you have to make. It's like this push-pull. It's like, you get on track with your business and you have a week where you're kind of flying high, you're connecting with clients, you've got clients. You feel a little bit organized, but then you kind of, I tend to swing right into that space.
Yeah.
And then I feel shitty because I don't feel like I am as available, even if I'm physically there with my daughter and my husband in the household. And so then I'll swing back in to them, and I'll be actively watching the fact that I'm not participating in things that I would like to. Yeah. Not in a resentful way, but just conscious of the fact that I just don't feel like I can be in both spaces. So finding that, I don't think there is an equilibrium, but finding
the blend.
I feel like it's a rhythm, and I haven't got the rhythm to a point where it's really working for me. I feel like I kind of swing into one and then swing into another, and then being fully in either space isn't sustainable, and then I end up getting sick, and that's where I am now. And then I feel like, I really want to walk my talk. I believe in doing bigger things than this. And I wholeheartedly believe in self-care and taking time out, and I do see healers, and I go away and I practice the work that they've taught me, and then it plays into that, I can't, that not enough thing that, we're all familiar with. And so I'm very aware of what's going on, but finding the rhythm, I'm finding a real challenge.
Yeah, I absolutely, I and everybody listening, right? I know that one of the number one issues is what I call it the mama chief to the mindful mama, right?
Yeah, right.
So it's this whole blend, I call it, where you're kind of like on doing your work, seeing clients, writing content, really in service. And then, of course, you've got your children, and you've got pickups, and you've got drop-offs, and you've got tantrums, and you've got all this kind of blended in. So I've written articles about this, and I just really feel like you just need to separate it. It's very difficult to run a business with kids around you, and then they're just picking up on your energy because you're like, I just need to send this email, and I just need to finish this presentation, and they're just like, no. Like, I remember writing my book, and I was a single mom, so I had my little boy. He was about 3 at the time, and I'm writing about being present with your kids, and he's like, mommy, play with me, and I'm like, hang on a minute, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, this is totally ridiculous. So of course, you learn, of course we all do it sometimes when we have to. I was just explaining that I was on my phone this morning, and Luna went into the office and found the permanent magic marker that I'd written, labeled something, and it was all over her within 30 seconds.
Oh God.
And it was just like, okay, that was really silly, and I was not focused, and Yoko was doing something else, and we just weren't paying attention. It's like, you always know in those moments that, that was totally my bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess it's setting real boundaries. It's saying, I'm working now, and I have my 4-hour block, and I'm doing nothing else but doing that. And then you might want to clear that headspace. You can do a little meditation. You can do some breathing. Oils are amazing to clear that space. And then you go pick up the kids. Mantra and music is really wonderful if you're driving. Yeah. So it's almost like you can mantra. Well, I would always be playing, we call it our little happy yoga songs. Always playing that in the car, because it shifts the energy, and it's kind of like a little mindfulness meditation for you on the way. So you can calm down, because if you're playing, especially if you're playing, I guess, yogi kind of music, right, that gets you in the heart space. It's all about opening up that heart space. Then you are then feeling really connected to self, and you've kind of had this time. The car is an amazing space to actually be really mindful. And then you can go and pick up the kids. So setting boundaries is important, and mindfulness really comes in to go, I'm just doing this right now. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not going to have Facebook on. I'm not going to be doing washing. I'm not going to be doing all the other things that are in my head. I'm just going to get these sides done. And if you don't do that, that's okay. And there's no judgment with that. You can just park it and come back.
Yes.
But it's really being able to set boundaries around your time management, so that you don't think, I just got nothing done today, and now I'm really frustrated, and now I'm resenting my daughter because I can't work. And this used to be me. And I used to get so frustrated, and I felt like I was failing at motherhood, and I felt like I was failing at business, and I was just spread too thinly. And then, of course, you have another child, and so it's almost like it becomes really impossible to have 2 kids and work.
Yes.
Sometimes you can get away with it with 1. You're like, just put a movie on, and but with 2, it's really hard. So your boundaries have to get even more, I guess, strict. And and there are times absolutely where we need to take that phone call, we need to show up. But I'm all about outsourcing, and I don't know how that floats for some people. The last mum I spoke to said, I'm a control freak. I can't outsource anything. I want to do it all myself. Or I'm a total perfectionist. So even if I was to get a cleaner, I'd be like cleaning afterwards,
Oh, wow. No, I'm happy to outsource too.
Yeah, me too. I'm all about outsourcing. I'm all about outsourcing what doesn't float your boat. I'm all about doing swaps with kids. You look after my kid, I'll look after your kid. We'll balance that out with some time.
Yes.
Just whatever it is that works for you, but not being afraid to, ask. Just ask. I mean, one of the mums I mentored, I just taught her to say no.
And that's really powerful if it's something you've struggled with. It's, it's a game changer in so many massive ways.
Yeah. No, you don't have to do all that for everyone else in your community all the time. What about your needs?
Absolutely.
we end up feeling depleted at the end of the day because we've served everybody else. We've served our partners, our clients, our children, our community. We wear so many hats. And this is where we do get sick, because we're not filling up our cup.
Yes.
And we're depleted, and we don't eat the right foods because we're busy, and we're not, it's just too hard, right, to do all of this. So, self-care is so important. And like you say, you're doing all the things that you think are, working around taking time out, going for a walk, and sometimes even that's frustrating. Because in your head, you're like, but I still have this presentation to finish.
Very much so. And I have put a plan together for my week. I've actually broken it up so that, I guess, particularly from a work perspective, those boundaries are not, I don't have to think about it every time something comes up. I have kind of a framework to work within. But I've been a bit relaxed with that framework. So my commitment this week has been just give it a go, because the likely thing, which is the best thing to come out of it, is that I'm not pushed on my one whole work day in my own business, which is today. And I have a better sense of achievement at the end of the day, because I have been able to dedicate that time and finish things as I go along, as opposed to kind of running here, there and everywhere, and getting to the day utterly exhausted. And often on a Thursday I work into the night. So it kind of, for me, it often ends up being like a 12, 14-hour day. Yeah,
which is just not serving anybody.
No,
not at all. And I actually I did this Facebook Live yesterday. It was a 24-hour Facebook Live for Motivating Mum. It was really clever.
Yes,
and
I saw that.
I was actually watching a few of them. And there was this one mum who she was hilarious. She was in her PJs. She'd run this multi-million-dollar business, then had a massive breakdown.
Wow.
And was like, I basically missed out on so many of my kids' moments in childhood. And her advice was actually really beautiful, but it was hilarious the way she did it.
Yeah.
She said, and I loved what she said, she talked about guilt, and she talked about feeling guilty, and that when you feel guilty, that is a sign that you need to stop what you're actually doing and go to where it matters the most. And I thought, you know what?
Yes.
That's amazing, because I feel guilty sometimes that I'm not spending enough time with my little boy, and I see that reflected in his behavior. I feel guilty sometimes when, we just feel guilty, for everything. And then I'm all about, let it go, acknowledge it, let it go. But then I was like, actually, using it to check in with, are you doing what's needed right now to make you feel good?
Yeah.
Right? That niggling feeling of I really should have spent more time with my daughter.
Yeah.
Should have read her some more stories and not put her to bed so quickly because I want to work.
Yes.
I was like, that's a beautiful way to use that emotion so it serves you.
I love it. I
loved it too. I was like, I'm stealing it, and I don't even know her name, and I feel really bad because it just resonated so deeply with me.
Yes.
Because we have this niggling feeling all the time that I shouldn't quite be doing it this way, and it just gets more and more, and then you become really overwhelmed with it, and then you just feel awful.
Yes, you do. And it disables you, actually. So it means that you can't actually be functional in the area you might have wanted to be functional in, because it's kind of eaten away at you in a kind of counterproductive manner. So I think if you were to kind of teach yourself to pick up on that quicker. Yeah,
that's mindfulness, isn't it? It's like, I'm feeling this way. So it's actually a sign that I need to maybe stop working and go pick up my daughter earlier and go have a little date with her.
Yeah.
I took my son to a birthday. It was just me and him on last weekend, and we had the most beautiful time, and I was so proud of him. And I just don't do that very often, and I want to start doing that more, because it was just us for so many years. And it's important that you do spend equal time with your children,
Yes.
And I just think I was feeling a bit guilty, right? I was feeling a bit guilty about not spending time with him, and it was a really beautiful experience. I was really proud of him in that moment, to take him, and he was so beautifully behaved and just being adorable, which is not always the way, right?
No, but you were connected, obviously, in that moment too.
It was just special time.
So special,
yeah. It was just special time, and he really loved it.
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, that's a really great tip, isn't it? To just go, I'm feeling guilty about not doing that. So I'm just going to stop right now, and I'm going to go and do something that's going to serve me and my daughter or my client or my husband or whatever it is that you need in that moment. It's this tuning in to what's flowing right now, and how can I stop myself swinging so massively, so that I don't get so depleted, and I can say, no, I'm not going to do that right now. I can go to bed at 10 o'clock because I know that my body, I'm in bed by 10. I'm just literally asleep.
Yeah, I generally am a 9:30 girl.
Yeah.
But I find that because I don't get to work on my business so as much as I don't really want to use that language, to be honest, because it is what it is for the moment, and I want to make the most of what I have. So
yes,
but when I have that opportunity on a Thursday, I find I kind of get in this hyper zone, and I just keep going, and I lose awareness because I come into my second wind at about 7 or 8, and I kind of can't see the signs as clearly, or I push a little bit more, or I resist the signs a little bit more than I would normally, because I feel like I have a really good level of self-awareness, but I am aware that I kind of blanket on these days because I'm so focused on the end game that I want to get these things done before I go back into my corporate job tomorrow, and then it's the weekend, which I try as much as I can to really have that as family time.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes I genuinely work because it's my choice and it lights me up.
Yes.
So that's okay. It's okay to say, I'm going to go to a cafe for a couple of hours and I'm going to write a blog post, or I'm going to do something that fully lights up my soul, and it's working, but it's joy as well. And that's fully okay to do that. But I think many mums work late at night. They're so passionate about what they're doing. But then, of course, they're going to bed late and they've got to get up early with the kids. And then, your body's always trying to communicate with you. So if you're constantly getting little viruses here and there, it's because you're just not filling up your cup, and it's because you're not putting those boundaries in place. We're constantly changing our diet all the time to try and make more mindful choices around what we're eating. I haven't eaten bread for a long time. It's been a massive, I grew up in England. It's like, we eat bread. And it's been a really big change. And now, I love my soy latte. I just love it. But I've just got to quit soy milk. It's so not good for you. And
no, it's not.
That's another thing. And we're not even buying coffee out anymore. And again, this was a huge shift for us because we don't have, an abundance of income.
Yes.
It's coming, but we were spending $70 a week on coffee, right? As you do, going out.
Yep.
And so we were like, okay, we're going to source beautiful beans. They're organic. They support another business. We have a little coffee at home. We're buying the Bond soil. And I'm like, babe, let's just go with, really great organic milk, it's okay, to make these choices, but it takes time, right? Like it's 20 days to change a habit. So you've got to do it for such a long time before you're doing it automatically. And I think it's baby steps all the time, just baby steps. And until you get to where you need to be, and that can be however that flows for you. So I think, thank you for sharing, because everyone feels the same with Mindful Mama and Mama Chief.
Yes.
We all make mistakes, but I think if we can put the boundaries in place to say that I do really need to go to bed now. Sleep is everything, like energy is everything. And so that's wonderful. I know everyone will really resonate so deep with that. So Kate, it's been such a pleasure, and I can always talk for hours, but I'm mindful of time. So how can the beautiful women who are listening or watching, how can they come and connect with you? Because I'm sure that they're thinking, I'd like you to put some slides together for me. I know I am.
I have a Facebook page, which is just Katie Gridley. So I have a personal one and I have a business one. So it's easy to find. It's just my name, and they'll see my photo there. So, that's the best place to find me. Or if we're in shared Facebook groups, by all means, feel free to private message me. I'm really cool with that.
Spam me. It's okay.
Don't spam me. Private message me, by all means.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, thank you so much
Thank you for the opportunity.
And I really hope your cup is filled.
Thank you.
You can go and rest now, and put some nice music on, and just go and maybe go and do some journaling as well. Like, you've got this amazing vision.
That's a good idea.
And I'm all about, you write it down, like you can fully manifest it when you write it down. Like I really believe like words have such power, such magic. So thank you for coming and showing up.
Thank you.
So grateful.
It's been a delight. So grateful to you. Thank you. See ya.